Excuse me. So what I'm going to do now is to explain to you my trading strategy, and I'm a trend line trader and a swing trader. So swing trader. So guys, I'm a swing trader, and I'm going to explain to you my trading strategy. I'm a trend line trader with some support resistance, but majorly trend line. So my entry and exit time frame, I use top down analysis, go from weekly, daily, 4 hour and 2 hour. So some of the time, if the market is have a good momentum, I execute my buy or short order using 2 hour time frame. But sometimes I wait for confirmation, but actually I prefer the 2 hours. So let me explain to you how I trade my trend line. First of all, I'm going to do my top down analysis. So what we're going to do is clear all this chart, and then let's start again. Let's start with top down analysis. So if you look at it here, you're gonna see it's 4 hour. So let's take it to 1 week. Select this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is XRP. So since we are doing top down analysis, I'm going to come up with a trend line. Under my point A of my trend line is going to be the lowest point on my screen. So this is my lowest point. So where is my point B going? Then my point B is going to here. The last swing low before the push, that's before the move. So this is it. So how do I do? So this is my major trend line, and then I'll come up with a steeper trend line. So how do I draw my steeper trend line? I'm going to draw it this way, and how I'm going to do is my steeper trend line, point A is going to be point B of my previous trend line, which is this one. So I'm going to press it, point A here, and then this is my point B here. Yes. Okay. So this is my weekly time frame. So if you look at it clearly, we have two trend line. We have the major trend line with the steeper trend line. So let's go to daily. Do we have something to draw on the screen? Yes, of course we have. So we have our downward trend line here. Look at it here. This is a downward trend line. So I prefer using my uptrend line as green, then my downward trend line, the color red. So what we're going to be doing is, remember, as you keep changing time frame, you have to be making a little bit of adjustment. So let's adjust this one, because lower time frame you have much noise in the market than the higher time frame. So this is my point. So you're gonna come here. Okay. Green. Let's change the color to green since it's uptrend line. So what I'm doing a top-down analysis. Do we have something to draw on the screen? Yes, we do. Okay. So, yeah. So do we have something to draw? No, we don't. So what we are going to be doing next is, let's go to 4 hour time frame. So this is a 4 hour time frame. Okay. So do we have something? Yes. So first of all, we are going to adjust our channel here. Sorry. Yes, right. Well, okay. So this area of resistance zone here. So what we are going to do next is we have a steeper trend line to draw here on our downward trend line. So point A is going to reverse point B of our trend line, then boom here. This is it before the break. So before the price break through this our steeper downward trend line, we don't know that the market is going to respect this downward. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points. So assuming we don't have any information, our steeper trend line is here. This is our point B. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at it. So let's come up with our opposing trend line here. So here this is it. I remember I said my upward trend line I prefer using the green. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at this. If you look at this, you see we have two different trend lines. The red one with the trend line with the red color and the trend line with the green color. The red line is our downward trend line. Then the green line is our upward trend line. So what we are doing right now is trying to analyze and see if we can predict the price movement, the future kind of where the price is going. So if you look at it, I have, and each of my trend line here has a name. So I have an action line and I have a safety line. This line here, this first one here, this particular one here, this major trend line, not this steeper trend line, the major trend line, and this is my steeper trend line. So if I'm getting in a trade, you see I'm already in a long position on this trend line because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch point with a break on this our steeper downward trend line. So this my steeper downward trend line is my action line. Why is it called action line? What I'm doing is anticipating if the price break out of this trend line, the market is probably telling us the direction has changed. It's no longer trending on a downward trend line. So we took our long position here. That's why it's an action line, because that's where we took a trade. And this tip, if you look at this opposing trend line prior to this our steeper trend line, this is it. It's called our safety line. Why is it called our safety line? Because we're going to stay on this thing for as long as the market or this price keep trading and respecting this trend line, right? So we'll keep trading, keep holding this trade until the price finally breaks out of our safety line. So but what we do is, imagine the price makes a move from here. Look at this candlestick. Let me zoom it. Perfect. Okay. Look at the move here. Assuming the price make a move like this, so that does not mean we are going to wait for the price to come down to this our opposing trend line or safety line before we close our trade. So we are going to come up with a steeper trend line. So this is it. So then this is it here. Yes. So which means we can stay on this trade for as long as the price keep respecting this our steeper trend line, this one here. So this is it today. This is it today for guys. So this part one of explaining my trading strategy. And remember, if you look at this, is trading view. This is not real. This is a demo account. Look at it. It's paper. It's paper. Okay, so it's not a real account. So actually, I'm using Bybit because I'm trading crypto. So I'm using Bybit to trade. So this is what I'm just giving you an example, explaining to you, because it has a trading view has many features and is friendly. The interface is kind of friendly, that it has multiple charts that you can use. You see this highlighter here, you can use it. So that's today for the video, guys. So remember this part one. So, so thank you. See you next.